My name is Carl Barber, and today I'd like to explain why employer-owned qualified plans are bad for employers, they're bad for HR managers, and they're really bad for your employees. When I say qualified plans, I'm referring to a 401k, a 403b, a 457b, a SEP, or a Simple. I'm also going to explain why offering your employees a far better solution as a second option at no cost to you can actually reduce your exposure to a lawsuit over your qualified plan. Let's start with why they're bad for employers and HR managers. These plans are employer-owned, which exposes employers to a possible lawsuit. Even more so now as the 70 million baby boomers approach retirement and realize the plan you recommended they participate in has failed miserably in its attempt to replace the pension plan. Qualified plans originated from the 401k, which was never designed to replace the pension plan, but was actually designed to be nothing more than a tax shelter. Now, with reduced tax brackets, the high probability of increased taxes, and expected reductions in Social Security and Medicare benefits, these plans are likely to fail at the only thing they were designed to do: reduce taxes on retirement income. But the real issue for business owners, C-level executives, and HR managers centers on their personal liability for the shortcomings of the qualified plan. In reality, by offering your employees a qualified plan, you're sponsoring and recommending a faulty system and then backing it with your personal finances. ERISA, the Employee Retirement Income Security Act of 1974, holds employers personally liable for the decisions they make regarding their company's retirement plan. And when it comes to ERISA, there is no corporate veil. ERISA's standards of conduct require employers to undertake an independent investigation into the merits of any decision regarding their company's retirement plan, including comparable alternatives. Employers must consider only the interests of the employees and their beneficiaries when making said decisions. They must act with the care, skill, and prudence of a person acting in a like capacity and familiar with such matters. This is regardless of whether or not they are the named fiduciary, or have a third-party administrator or outside advisors. Bottom line, if you're involved in the decision-making process in your company's retirement plan, you could be held personally liable for any decision you make and any decision made by others that you're aware of that is not in the best interest of participating employees and their beneficiaries. Make no mistake, this puts you and your family's personal finances at risk. A perfect example is the Tibble versus Edison lawsuit, where employers acted on the advice of an outside advisor and it cost them $370,000. The HR VP and HR service manager were among the losing defendants. This case centers on something called fee creep. Because of the new hidden fee disclosure law taking effect in 2012, fee creep is likely to be an issue for any size company in the coming years. On this page, you'll find a link to an article detailing what fee creep is and how you can avoid it. Now, ERISA's Section 404C does provide employers with some protection. If they meet certain requirements and the selection of investments they chose performs poorly, they can't be held responsible. However, even if that's the case, 404C doesn't prevent the employer from being sued, and it doesn't pay the cost of defending a lawsuit. Another issue is individual employee lawsuits. It's no longer necessary for a class action lawsuit when it comes to suing over qualified plans. Every employee is a potential lawsuit over your company's qualified plan. In addition, 404C provides no protection when it comes to issues like the overpayment of fees, inadequate participation rates, or the failure to educate participating employees on the shortcomings of their qualified plan. All of these issues have already been the center of lawsuits. Employers set up qualified plans in order to attract, motivate, and retain employees of the caliber they need to make their business successful. Unfortunately, there is nothing offered in a qualified plan sponsored by an employer that can't be found in a plan owned by the employee. And there are many benefits found in plans owned by the employee that are not available in a qualified plan. Providing full disclosure to the shortcomings of qualified plans could create disgruntled employees. However, failure to do so clearly violates the employer's fiduciary responsibility to always act in the best interest of participating employees and their beneficiaries. Just imagine the increased litigation exposure for an employer whose employees just lost an average of 40% of their retirement dollars, just like in 2008, and then discover their employer was aware of an alternative retirement savings plan that could have prevented the losses but chose not to educate them for fear it would reduce the value proposition of the company's qualified plan. Next, let's talk about why my plan is so much better. First, it's employee-owned and controlled. I call it a personalized retirement plan, or PRP for short, because each employee owns and controls their individual plan. Unlike a qualified plan, it has zero losses when the stock market is down, and actually locks in gains when the stock market is up. This protects the owner from any market decline and allows their retirement fund to grow regardless of what the stock market does. A PRP has zero taxes on the money as it grows and zero taxes on the money withdrawn for retirement. This plan just eliminated three top concerns of qualified plan owners: another market crash, stagnant growth, and higher taxes. Qualified plans are subject to estate taxes. The PRP is not. Qualified plans tax the money inherited by loved ones. The PRP doesn't. Qualified plans go through probate. The PRP bypasses probate. Withdrawals from a qualified plan can trigger taxes on Social Security benefits. Withdrawals from a PRP can't. Qualified plans have required minimum distribution starting at age 70 and a half. The PRP doesn't. Qualified plans have a 10% penalty for early withdrawals before age 59 and a half. The PRP doesn't. Because it's employee-owned, it follows the employee, not the job. One powerful retirement savings plan, not multiple smaller qualified plans left behind with previous employers. Employee-owned also means there is no cost or ERISA compliance and no litigation exposure for the employer or HR manager. Now, you can still use a PRP to attract, motivate, and retain high-caliber employees. This plan allows you to offer a company match, but with more flexibility because you can contribute different amounts for different employees, unlike your qualified plan. Let's pretend for a moment you're attempting to recruit a highly sought-after potential employee considering two offers. The other company offers a qualified plan with a 3% match. Your company offers a qualified plan and a PRP. With you, the potential employee can choose to participate in the qualified plan or the PRP or both, and you'll apply a 3% match to either. Now let's get really creative. What if you pay the taxes due on the deposits into the PRP? Now if the potential employee comes with you and chooses the PRP, they have zero tax on deposit, zero tax on growth, and zero tax on withdrawals, and you just beat the pants off the competition's qualified plan. Now, if by chance the potential employee prefers the qualified plan, you have that also. And by offering two options, you become neutral, not endorsing or recommending any one particular plan. Are you beginning to see why offering a PRP is not only in the best interest of the employee, it's also in the best interest of the employer and HR executive? By the way, under ERISA, it's perfectly acceptable to make a decision that is clearly in the employee's best interest, but also happens to be in the employer or even the decision-maker's best interest, as long as it's incidental. The next step is yours. The video your employees will see during their free, personalized retirement plan workshop is posted below. I'd like to invite you to watch it, and then let's discuss how together we can help your employees build a better retirement and at the same time help you protect your personal finances.